meet each other at the bus stop, and the three of them walk home.
Mm. For people who might be speculating, they're not troublemakers. They've never been involved in any altercations in any serious altercations with persons who might wish them harm.
No, just like regular teenagers, they'll mouth each other, and sometimes when they're teenagers, sometimes they get fresh, but that's it. Never, I'm not swearing, but Ricardo, especially, he grows up in my hand. Nothing like that. He's a person like this. He likes to sleep during the day. Ever since he's a baby, sleep right through the day, and then at night he watch TV. Since my sister moved at age about 4 years now, 4 to 5 years now. Well, I don't know if him change like with the sleep during the day, but he's not a troublemaker person.
As a bus driver at Garvey Maceo High, what kind of an impact has this had on the school community, would you say, based off of what you've seen?
Really hard on the children. This morning when I went to pick up, because the contract, I have one set of children that I bring to school, take them back home. Really hard. Everyone is mourning. And everybody's asking why. Why
Go ahead.
All the kids are asking me why, what happened. Because he's like a girl. He's not really like a troublemaker. He's like a girl, man, like.
Oh, he
like not a girl and all of that.
Yes. Ruddy Spencer, these are difficult times financially. I don't know. If persons were to be coming to your constituency office seeking assistance at this time, I don't know how open would you be to help providing some assistance for them?
Well, I've sought and I've obtained some funding already from my constituency development fund, and I'm going to help for the best way I can.
SSP Robbins, how bad is I was about to ask SSP Robbins how bad is the crime situation in Clarendon, but I gather we have lost SSP Robbins.
I gather he's in transit, and the cell towers in the area are apparently poor, so he's unable to remain stationary.
Ms. Murray, what sort of counseling services being offered to the students and family members of those affected?
Yes, they say I left home. I left there about 3 o'clock, and they said the chapel from the people from the chapel is going to come in and pray for.
Okay. How is the family holding up? I gather Ricardo's mother not doing so well, understandably.
Yes, presently now going to the pharmacy to fill a prescription for her. And his elder brother, he passed out for about 2 hours today. But they give him an injection, he woke up, and I don't see him, but here on the phone he's stable now. But we don't bring him back home. He's at his father's house, because mother and father separate.
I think these people are going to need a lot of counseling. We have to be very careful how it is handled, because the least little thing can cause these families to break. So what we are going to do is offer some counseling, sit with them, talk them, and walk through it with them.
What we don't want, though, is for anger to well up within people, and then seek to have reprisals and revenge and that kind of a thing. So, I mean,
this is why the counseling is necessary, and this is why we are going to walk them through it. See if we can get them to talk it out.
And as the MP, the message to anyone with information would be what, Ruddy Spencer?
We are asking anyone with any information, whether or not it can help, pass it on to the police. Please, give it to the police. Let they decide whether or not it's necessary. But please, whatever information and whomsoever have the information, please pass it on to the police.
All right, thank you very much. Our guests in this segment have been Member of Parliament for South East Clarendon, Ruddy Spencer. We had intermittently SSP Maurice Robinson, Commanding Officer for Clarendon, and an aunt of one of the dead, Ricardo Briscoe, who was shot and killed amongst the other three, Sandra Murray. At this time, it is absolutely nerve-wracking. The families of these young men, Raymond Givens, Ricardo Briscoe, Alex Turner, who apparently they were just, you stop at a place to pick up Wi-Fi because, you have your smartphones and you have things that you want to do before you get home because you're not going to have service or whatever at home. And little do you know that stop is going to be your last.
Absolutely, Carlos, and it almost appears as if the thugs are running a competition to see who can be more heartless or brutal. We heard of the killing of a 12-year-old a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Then after it was an 11-year-old in a part of the Kingston Central Police Division, which also falls in Western Kingston. Chancellor Lane, I believe, the residents indicating that the gunmen were chasing someone. That person eluded them, and essentially they turned the gun on a minor, an 11-month-old child. Yes, and now we hear of quadruple killing, including 3 teenagers, 2 14, 1 15. Based on what you are hearing, not really connected to any sort of animosity with persons who
but usually when you hear about execution style killings, you assume that there is some kind of vendetta, you assume that there is some kind of grudge being held and a message is being sent or something like that,
which is lamentable, which is to be condemned in and of itself. But here it almost, as I said, as if a competition is being run to see who can carry out the more callous killing. But it's where we are at a society.
And every time these things happen, we hear enough is enough. But it seems that enough isn't enough, and we will have a similar conversation like this in months or weeks to come when the next youngster is cut down. That's all the time we have for the cover story.
Cover Story was brought to you by NCB Capital Markets. What drives success?